Groceries are more expensive than usual right now. Doesn't mean that you can't find ways to cut your grocery bill. Registered dietitian nutritionist Wendy Wesley joins us now with some tips. Welcome, Wendy.
Thanks for having me.
You're welcome. So your clients were like, Wendy, help me. I'm dying. Everything is so expensive, and you decided to do the research?
I did. You know, between gas and groceries, everything seems a bit more expensive now. And so my clients and patients said, what tips do you have so I can save some money at the grocery store?
Well, thank you for coming here and sharing it with our viewers. What's the first tip?
Well, the first one is, and you've heard this 1,000 times, don't go to the grocery store hungry.
Yeah.
And then also make a plan. Take an inventory of your refrigerator and your pantry and see what you need. Stick to that list and allow yourself one splurge or one surprise indulgence, but just one. Try not to go overboard with your splurges or surprise indulgences.
Yes, I always make a list on Sundays so that Monday, which is grocery day, ready to go with just that list. What's next?
Well, you know, don't miss the middle of the grocery store. We've always heard shop the perimeter, but there's a lot of very nutrient-dense foods in the middle of the store, like whole grains, dried fruit, canned tomatoes, canned beans, and even canned chicken and canned tuna, of course. So there's a lot of really high fiber, nutrient-dense foods, very affordable in the middle. So don't miss the middle.
You know what? It's so refreshing to hear a nutritionist say that, because we have ingrained in our brain, shop the perimeter, that's where the freshest produce is, and it's true.
And it is
but
true.
That doesn't mean that you can't get nutrition from canned tomatoes or canned chickpeas.
There's a lot of meals that will start with a can of beans, and there's a lot of great meals that need canned tomatoes. And so it's all found in the middle of the store, and there's low sodium options as well.
What are the don'ts from the middle? Because you hear that for a reason. So what are the don'ts from the middle?
Added sugar and very, very low fiber. So I want everyone to flip over that package, and I want them to read the nutrition facts label and look for added sugar. We have a new label now, and the new nutrition facts label will list added sugars.
Oh.
So take advantage of that information.
What is it going to be called?
It's called added sugars.
That's simple.
It's added sugars, and it's new to the food label. It's wonderful now for consumers that we have this information. So pay attention to it.
Very good. All right, tip number 3.
I would like you to think about buying meat in bulk. So often the grocer will sell a bulk package of ground beef or a bulk package of shrimp and or chicken, which is much more expensive today than really it ever has been. And so when you buy that big bulk package of meat, don't just shove it in the freezer. Take the time to portion it out into what your family will eat. Now, I'm cooking for 2 at home, and so this amount of shrimp will feed 2, and this amount of meat will
Not
feed
in my
2.
house.
Well, and everyone's house will be a little different,
Yeah.
so you'll know, what do you need to make a meatloaf, or what do you need to make a shrimp stir fry? This is what I need, and so I'll portion it out. And these are just sandwich bags, and pop it in the freezer. And then the beautiful thing is it thaws very quickly because it's in smaller portions.
That's such a good tip, because so many people, I used to do this, just stick the whole pack in the freezer, and then you have to defrost the whole thing, and you're not going to use the whole thing.
Right.
So I love that.
Then you're stuck with a big bulk of meat that you may not have time to eat.
Because you can't refreeze it.
Exactly. And it spoils, and then you've wasted all of that money. So
Beautiful.
This is a great way to save money, is buy the meat in bulk on a manager special.
All right, next tip.
Frozen food is your friend, and don't be afraid to eat frozen vegetables. Frozen vegetables are incredibly nutrient dense. All their fiber is intact. They're often frozen right after they're picked, so they're very, very nutritious, very affordable. Steamer bags of vegetables run $1.89, $1.99. Very, very affordable to eat vegetables. And also, frozen shrimp can be $7 cheaper per pound than cooked shrimp. So if you buy, this is frozen shrimp with the peel on. It thaws fast, it cooks really fast, and it's a much more affordable way to buy shrimp.
I had no idea that was the case. That's a good one. And the last tip?
And the last one is, I'd like you to shop in season. I'd like you to try and buy fruits and vegetables that are in season, and you will find those listed in the produce department, kind of in a special area, manager special, or especially on the end caps in the produce department. So the end caps are the ends of those long aisles, and that's where you'll find those kinds of things.
Because there's so much, it's cheaper.
It is.
Like strawberries right now.
Farmers have an abundance of them, which means that they will be lower in price. So an example are Florida strawberries. So we buy Florida strawberries. They're much cheaper in January and February. And that's when you really should try and buy these kinds of foods. In the summer, we buy corn. It's very, very inexpensive in the summer. We buy melons and berries in the summer because that's when it's in season, and then squash and apples in the fall. So make sure you're paying attention to what the produce manager is marketing. Take advantage of those sales.
And if you don't use it all, you can freeze it, as we just learned. Wendy Wesley, thanks so much.
Thanks for having me.
And you can check out more from Wendy on wendywesleynutrition.com, and we will post this on our website, which is daytimeonline.tv. Daytime will be right back.